Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching episode 35 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to episode 35 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have almost 150 samples in my sample collection, and my wife will pick one at random and put it into this blue Glencairn glass. I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so initially this comes across as high ABV. It definitely is making my nostrils tingle. There's a hint of cherry. There's definitely some fruit in there. Almost reminds me of a bourbon with that cherry. There's some charred oak. I'd say there's like some cough syrup. Yeah, slightly like a cough medicine. Not really getting much more though. That fruit note is, yeah, it's a bit like maraschino cherries. I suppose maraschino cherries in a jar in syrup. That's what it smells like. With some charred oak in there as well. Not really getting much more, so let's move on to the palate. Yeah, this definitely tastes like a bourbon or an American whiskey. Very, very strong and fruity. Those cherries are like syrupy on the palate, really is quite oily for me with the mouthfeel. The ABV I think is fairly strong. I'd say it's around the 50% ABV, and yeah, there's a nice tingle that just lingers. It's almost like a chili pepper, and it just lingers on the palate. It's still going. I reckon it'll go for several minutes more. It's yeah, it's making me salivate. Let's have another sip. Yeah, I'm getting a hint of chocolate in there as well, like milk chocolate. But that cherry note is definitely now becoming more menthol, getting some mint. Almost reminds me of sort of cherry tunes. They're like a throat sweet, a cherry flavoured menthol, like throat sweet that you, boiled sweet that you suck on. It reminds me of that. It's becoming more thin on my palate now as I've taken a second sip. That oiliness has disappeared, and yeah, that sort of cherry menthol dominates. There is a little bit of charred oak in there, a little bit of dry wood that's lingering. But yeah, let's have one more sip. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else. Whatever I've picked out is just amplified. It's just more and more. And obviously I'm taking fairly frequent sips, so it is amplifying on the palate. I've no idea what this is, but my guess is it would be a bourbon. There's lots of cherry in there, so I don't know, it could be something like Rebel Yell bourbon, or it could be possibly even something like Balcones. It could be, dare I say, it could be something like Jack Daniels. I can't even remember what's in my collection, but it probably is a bourbon or an American whiskey, and I'm assuming it's from one of the big names, so it might not be like Balcones or Rebel Yell. It might be somebody like Knob Creek or, don't know. So much to choose from, and I can't even fathom. I can't even remember what bourbons I've got in my sample collection. So don't know if this has got an age statement. I find that really difficult to tell with bourbons anyway. And yeah, it is tasty, definitely is tasty, and I'd say it's definitely around the 50% ABV. So yeah, should we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's a Balcones True Blue. It's 58% ABV, and it was sent to me by Fredrik Hansson. So thanks, Fredrik. Yeah, I think Fredrik sent me a large number of Balcones a long time ago, and I clearly haven't got through them all. And yeah, I really like this. This tastes like, for me, like a regular bourbon with lots of cherry. I don't know what goes into the True Blue, but I'm assuming there's some blue corn, a bit like the Baby Blue, as it has the blue name in it. And I don't know if this is a bourbon or if it's classed as an American whiskey. And it is obviously reasonably hot at the 58% ABV, but yeah, on my palate, I definitely, it came across slightly lower than that. And it's actually quite drinkable at 58% ABV, so really, really enjoyed that. I'm pretty sure this is still available, so I think I'll start looking at buying a bottle of this because it's really nice. And if for whatever reason it isn't available, then maybe I'm going to look at auction, but I'll be straight online after this and looking for a bottle of it. Thanks again, Fredrik, for a great whiskey. I hope you enjoyed it at home, and I'll see you again soon. Stauncher.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment? And please consider subscribing for more videos like this.